What's up, everybody? It's March the 3rd. I think it's Monday. Anyway, I want to make a quick video. I've been online and I've seen a bunch of people talking about the dreams they've been having about the President of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, and there's been a lot of hullabaloo about him being the last Antichrist there in this time at the end of this era. And it's interesting because people would say that to me. Have said that to me a couple of times before. And I was like, well, he's just another contender, get in line with the rest of them, from Ronald Reagan before and after, up to Slick Willie and Bush Jr. and Sr. I think they were all pretty good contenders, along with Stalin and Hitler and all those guys. You know how that goes. Anyway, I've been noticing that lately there's been a trend of people saying they've been having dreams about Barack Obama. And before I even heard people talking about that, just in this last maybe week or something like that, I had one myself probably a little less than 3 months ago, and I figured I'd put it up there, put it in the collection of other people's dreams. I don't have an interpretation. I'm not going to try to interpret the dream. I can only tell you what happened in the dream. And hey, if anybody else has an interpretation, maybe you can help me out. But I've come to a couple of ideas about it. But anyway, enough of my talking. I'll get to the story. In my dream, I was in an old abandoned sort of elongated warehouse. And it seems like I've been in this situation before in the dream, where I'm in this old elongated warehouse that's kind of burnt out and old, and I'm looking out a dirty window and I see maybe a couple 100 feet across the way there's this big wall, and it's all black, and it looks like it's a war zone. Like maybe a war was fought between that building and that wall. And in my dream, I'm looking out that window and I have an unsettled kind of dark feeling. I know we're in a dark time. And at one point I put my head down and I walk through this door, and as I walk into the door, I'm in a big arena, like what you'd see a concert arena almost, where like when I seen bands when I was a kid, there's a stage and there's a big oval and there's all the seating, bowl seating coming up and down. And I'm in this arena and there's all these people there and a spotlight is on the stage, and I'm like, what's about to happen? And then all of a sudden Barack Obama walks out and he's on the stage. And people are kind of making noise, and they're in a shuffle, and they're watching him, and the spotlight is on him, and he introduces himself. He says, I'm Barack Obama, and he said, and I want to show you something. I want you to watch this. This is really cool, he says. And then a rope comes down in front of him, a rope, and it starts to shake, and I'm like, oh, something's not right about this. And he grabs a hold of this rope, and he kind of pulls himself up on the rope a little bit, and he's kind of hanging off of it, and as soon as he gets on the rope starts spinning in this direction, and then as he starts to spin and pick up speed, there's a strobing effect, and he comes out to the center of the arena, and he's making his rounds, and he's going above everybody, and he's coming up. So he's going like this, and he's going the shape of the arena, and as he's getting closer to me, the strobing effect, and I see him looking down on everybody. Everybody's just kind of ducking or whatever, or doing their thing. I was concerned about me in the dream. And then when he gets to me, I kind of close my eyes and I put my head down, and he comes right over me, and I duck. And I felt very unsettled, and I started saying the Lord's Prayer in the dream. I was like, oh man, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Something's not right about this. And at that point, I leave the arena and I appear in what I believe to be a back room, like a green room where bands would go before they went on to the concert stage and to the arena. And I'm in the back room, and there's fluorescent lights, and it's white and it's brick, and I'm like, okay, what am I doing in here now? And then I see two guys who are like, you'd see common security guards at a concert, and they're there in the room with me, and I'm sitting down, and one of the security guards comes up to me and says, Barack Obama's on the cell phone for you. And I was like, for me? On my cell phone? And I felt unsettled by it, and I picked up the phone and said, hello? And he said, Billy, this is Barack Obama. I just want you to know, I'm coming for the baby. You still have my baby, don't you? And I didn't know what he meant. I was like, what is he talking about? And as I looked, there was a small child who seemed to be happy and in good spirits on a bed. But he looked like he was about to fall off the bed, and I had this unsettled feeling, almost like I was like a babysitter for a minute. I was like, yeah, the baby, oh, the baby's fine. And I made sure he was on the bed, because it sounded like it was an intimidating message. And then I hung up the phone, and the baby was on the bed, and my eyes were drawn to the wall on the other side of the room, and there was a box in the wall. It looked like a box, a picture frame. And as I looked in the picture frame, I can see Barack Obama's eyes. And then it was like they were moving, and the picture frame would get wider and wider and wider, and then his whole body came into view, and he's wearing a suit, and as the picture frame gets wider and wider, I can see there's a pyramid of the Secret Service agents in back of him until it's a full body shot, and then the wall opens up and they're jail cell bars. It's a bar, bars. And he comes into the room and he opens the cell door, and it's almost like now I'm in a cell. I'm in a cell. There's the doors, these are the guards, and he gets there and he opens the door and he says, "Here I am," and that's it, and that's how the dream ends. Quite interesting. He's coming for the babies, he's coming for me, and he's going to show you something real neat. I don't know, I've got my interpretations, but I'm not going to get on about that. I just wanted to share the dream, and the peace of the Lord be with everybody. God bless you. If you're not in Jesus, find him now, because I think we're getting close, folks, and everybody here knows that. I don't want to preach to the choir. Anyway, peace and blessings. I'm going to get up and turn off the camera now. Thanks for listening, guys.